3.
Good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Real Estate Talk with Lisa. I'm your host, Lisa Jeffery. I am an active with Fairfax Realty out of the Greenbelt office. My broker is Rodney Bennett, and we air every week here on WBGR's Wellness Network from 2:30 to 3:30 each Thursday to bring you real estate information. Our show is geared toward buyers, sellers, investors, renters, um, just anybody that's interested in the field of real estate. We usually try to provide you with information on lending. Um, Different lenders come on with their programs, let you know what's available, what's going on in the housing market, and just how you can be a part of what's going on. We look to try to help you make your real estate dreams whatever they are. If it's just getting a condo or you want a 4 unit building, you want to make an investment, whatever it is that you have in mind, our show is geared to help you with that. Well, I hope all of you had a great holiday. I hope you did not break your budget. Those of you that are saving for home ownership and looking to purchase in 2018, hope you're still on track. You know, we've been providing some tools and some opportunities for you to save money on some of your purchasing during the holidays. So I do hope that you've taken advantage of those and will continue to do so as we go into the new year. You know, I was thinking about this week's show and how I wanted to end the new year. You know, we've been on for 2 months, and we really tried to bring you the best information that we could to help you to move forward. And I was like, okay, well, what can we end our show with? So I have a couple of great guests for you today. The first one is going to be Miss Robin McKinney. You might say, Robin McKinney. Now, if you live in Ward 8, you may know who Robin is because Robin is truly active in her community. I mean, if you look at her Facebook page, you'll see she makes sure information gets out to her community, and she's interactive. She's not, sometimes we'll forward it, but we won't go. We'll get something like, this looks good. I'm gonna send it out. We don't go, but Robin participates in her community. WUSA 9 did a feature on her, little piece, because Robin was at one time homeless. Oh yeah, I didn't mention she has 7 children. One is her grandchild that she's raising, and she was in a situation where they were homeless. Then she became a recipient of Section 8. She had housing, but she's always held on to the dream of having her own home. And some years passed as she persevered, but I'm just happy to say that this year Robin became a homeowner, and she spent her first Christmas in her new home with the children, just having a great time. And she's going to dial in to us today and talk to us a little bit about what that journey was about. And the reason why I asked her to be a guest on our show is, even with the information that we've been giving, you may be saying, you know, I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. I mean, I've got this obstacle, I've got that obstacle, but I want you to go into 2018 without carrying some of the obstacles that you carried this year. Sure, there are challenges to home ownership, and I know that when Robin calls, she'll talk about what some of those are. But the biggest thing that you have to conquer is this right here: what's in between your ears, because that's what's going to determine what you're able to do in this upcoming year. And I tell you, from this show, we really want to see you succeed. Will every one of you buy a house this year? Maybe not. But we want you to be prepared. We want you to be getting ready. What we had said before was that when Brett was on our last show, we've been using his saying for a while that time plus motivation equals home ownership. And then we talked about that what you're doing during that time, you're not just sitting watching the clock, that during that time you're preparing and you're educating yourself about what you need to be doing while you're waiting. And so that's what's going to help fuel that motivation so you can work that equation out to home ownership. But you can put on the other side of that equal sign investment. You can put on the other side of that equal sign you know, rental properties. You have what you want to put on that end of that equation, but we want to give you what you need to do that. So that's why we wanted to have Robin on, because Robin epitomizes that journey. And I think when you see her, when you hear her talk about what she went through, then you'll be invigorated and want to go forward, because you look at yourself, and you say, well, hey, I have two kids, or maybe I have no children, or you'll be able to kind of get a different perspective on what your position is. Now, my next guest is going to be Miss Linda Tyler. She's going to be joining me, and we're going to be talking about getting ready for 2018, getting your mindset ready to leave 2017 and leave all your baggage, all those things that were unproductive, were not helpful, that you fretted over, worried over, but they still didn't change. Okay. And, there's a phrase about being the change that you want. And I'm going to tell you why I have Linda on the show. Linda did a guest appearance here on WBGR. It was just like a little half-hour segment. And so, because I have this show, sometimes I get the notifications, somebody's on. So I tuned in. I was cooking. I was on my phone, right? I was looking. I was like, okay, well, let me just sit down. Okay, let me see. Really? Uh-huh. I mean, she was a girl on fire, I tell you. And she was just saying the very things that we're trying to say to you by the guests that we have on this show, in terms of getting your mindset together, getting ready, knowing that you can achieve and that you can be a winner. So she's going to add to that conversation, because the very things that I heard her saying, Robin represents. And so we want to marry those things together to you, to give you a picture of what's going on. We have some other people that may be calling in. I'm going to give you the call-in number again as we proceed into the show, so that if you want to add to the conversation, that you can. But I hope that you will find the material that we present today something that you can kind of rally yourself around and get ready to greet your 2018 with some determination, with a plan, and a plan of action. Not just a plan, because we're not talking about resolutions. We're talking about actually making life changing decisions about what you want to do. So, as we're getting ready to segue and prepare for Robin to call in, I'm going to go ahead and make a time for Linda to come on in and join us. And while she's coming in, what we'll do is I want to go ahead and tell you, and while she's getting settled, I'm going to go ahead and tell you some of the upcoming shows that we have coming up. You come on through and just make yourself comfortable. And what I wanted to tell you about what's coming up this year, those of you that have been watching, we've been talking a lot about the HUD home programs, and so we want you to be aware of those. And so we'll be talking about those as we go through, because that's always a good value added proposition for you. But in January, we've got Marcus Daniel. He's coming on the 4th. And Marcus is going to be bringing it. Marcus is a commercial realtor with NAI Michael, and he does a tremendous job with them. So he's going to give us a kind of window into that, with an eye on the commercial lending side, because that's something we don't really hear a lot about. We see the signs, we drive by strip malls or the office buildings, and we see signs, but we really don't grasp that. So he's going to bring that to us. And as I've mentioned before, Marcus also does an outstanding job through his Facebook group, Prince George's County Real Estate Development, talking to us about what's going on in the county. I'm telling you, if you haven't joined his group, look it up and join, because if you want to be in the know in terms of what's going on with groundbreaking, things like that, Marcus can let you know. He's excellent at that, and he's excited about being here with us. So he's going to be prepped and prepared. So if you've got questions, like you saw something in your community that's going up, you want to know what it is, or it looks like they started but they stopped, reach out to our Facebook page, Real Estate Talk with Lisa, or you can reach out to Marcus's group and pose your question so we can be prepared to answer it on the show. You look gorgeous.
You weren't expecting that.
Honey, how are
are you?
I'm doing well. Oh, I'm so glad to have you here.
I'm so glad to be here.
You guys just don't know. You know, when you do this, we've talked, and
Yes.
she has provided just valuable input to me in terms of, because she's a great speaker, country, workshops, trainings. This is what she does. We hear readers are leaders. You've got a reading group. What number book are you on for this year?
We're on book number 29.
I see.
And we do it at 11 p.m. every single night. I did it Christmas night, Christmas Eve night. We never miss a night. We've been doing it for almost 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we're going to have a little party coming up on book number 30 is coming up. And so right now, we just finished a financial book by Tony Robbins called Unshakable. Definitely.
Okay.
You talking about wanting to know how to take your finances to another level in 2018.
That's me. Yes.
Unshakable will absolutely do that. And right now we're reading The Art of Learning, an inner journey to optimal performance by Josh Waitzkin. If you ever saw the movie Searching for Bobby Fischer, amazing movie. Yes, he wrote a book. And so you have to know how to learn across all different types of genres, not just self-help, but through the eyes of this young man from when he was a 6-year-old boy winning world championships in chess to an adult doing martial arts. And but it's so interesting because interwoven throughout is what you do in real estate, what I do in network marketing and helping people in health and wellness. All the facts of success are the same.
That's right.
And so I just find it so intriguing when you look at and when I read the books, these are not books I've read before. I kind of pray about it and then I'll just do it because so we read all the books together. I get so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so good.
She's making me want to stay up past my bedtime. Okay, it's like 11. All right, look, Linda, what's the book? Okay.
Well, some people,
it's good. It's
good.
Well,
some people they're able to call in because for 24 hours you can hear the recording.
Okay.
Up to that, so most people are like, some people are like, I got to get on. Sometimes T-Mobile will charge you, so then they're calling right into the call-in number right after. But all the successful people, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Bill Gates. The list goes on and on and on. Tony Robbins said that if you don't develop you'll never live the life of your dreams. And when I started this about 2 years ago, two of my mentors, Paul Croto, Dr. Luis Ariaza, they kept telling me the same theory. If you don't develop you're never going to live the life of your dreams. And so what I did is I started this because I wanted to develop myself, but I always made excuses.
That's right.
Oh, I'm so tired. Past my bedtime.
Yes.
Oh, I got up late in the morning. I got up late in the morning, and so I can't do anything.
That's right.
So I would make all these excuses. So I needed to pick a time for self-development.
That's
that pretty much by 11 p.m., my day is taken, it's already taken off. It's already, done for the day. So I'm just excited about where we're going and how we can succeed and prosper in 2018, and helping people to do that is what we do.
And I'm telling you, see what I have on the show? Because you see that energy? When you're looking to, you need to be connected with someone that's already doing more than what you want to do now, because they have a certain level of energy that they're operating in, and that's where you need to be. So you need to be thinking about that when we're talking about planning on going forward. You got friends, relatives that have homes. If you're looking at real estate, you want to look at that. If you got somebody that you think have a healthy lifestyle, you need to look at that. But I think our guest is here, so let me see. We got to figure out how to do this new one. Robin?
Yes, how you all doing?
We are doing
fine,
Robin.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Yes, I saw the picture of your daughter, and I saw the caption. You're like, it's so wonderful that she's so happy she's in a home. It looks like there's a bed in the room, but she's like on the floor, like, yes, my floor. I'm happy. I'm having a good time. So I'm so glad that you can join us. I talked to the audience a little bit about why we picked you to be on the show, and I'm here with Linda Tyler. and she's a wonderful speaker, thought leader, just doing amazing things in network marketing, wellness, as well as in conjunction with her church, in conjunction with
Yes.
developing leaders. And so, I mentioned her to you before. We were talking about doing the show, that I thought the two of you together could bring such a powerful message to our audience, because when I saw Linda's powerful presentation a few
Yes.
weeks ago, and at the same time I saw your story, I was like, you're the example of what Linda's working to develop. So, how did you enjoy your Christmas in your new home?
Oh, it was enjoyable. It was a blessing. And exciting.
I know that's right. I
I
know
love
that's
it.
right. Can you share with the audience where your journey started from?
Yes. First of all, I want to start off. My name is Robin McKinney. I'm
Yes.
44 years old, and I'm a Washingtonian. I've been in Washington all my life. I graduated from New Senior High School. I'm a single parent of seven, four girls and three
Oh.
boys. And I started out living in subsidized housing, where later I moved on, and I had received a local voucher through a program with the Department of Human Services,
Hmm.
and my unit had flooded out real bad, and my kids and I became homeless.
Mm.
Wow. That's
And
that's
at
hard.
that time, my daughter had just had a baby,
Mm,
which I was have to be the guardianship of that child because my daughter got pregnant at the age of 13.
mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So we ended up homeless. So we stayed in the hotel for 3 months
mm.
over New York Avenue.
Oh,
We
Mm.
wow.
stayed
Yes.
there,
Mm-hmm.
and the city paid for it, and it was a hurting feeling,
Yes.
you know. And we spent like the Fourth of July holiday there.
Mm,
And my kids didn't even realize until the article came out that we was homeless at that time.
mm.
And it was a hurting feeling knowing that my kids was homeless,
Wow.
and I was the reason because of that. And I had
Yeah.
to be the reason to get my kids out of the situation.
All right now.
But at that point, I decided I needed to be a homeowner,
That's right.
no longer renting,
Mm-hmm.
so that I can make repairs on my own and not have to wait for anyone to do anything for me.
All right. All right.
That was 6 years ago. Um,
Mm.
so I saved my money up, fixing my credit up, went to different housing programs with Manor and HPAC and Latino Economic Housing Development.
Mm-hmm.
And I said I need the keys to the city.
Ah. All right now.
I need the keys to the city. I
That's
need
right.
ownership.
That's right.
Something where no one can change the locks on.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And
That's
so
right.
with that, for Christmas, I brought my kids at home.
That's best
Um,
gift ever.
Yeah,
Best gift
the
ever.
best gift
Mm-hmm.
ever because being homeless and trying and working and in the market rent is kind of high.
Yes. Yes.
And
Especially in the
and
district.
you talking about like right now the unit I just moved from it rents for $26.75 a month
Wow.
for
Mm.
4 bedroom, and it
Wow.
was impossible for me to pay that.
Right. Mm.
So with the subsidized that I was getting from housing, which helped out, my rent was 1010. So if we
Mm.
do the math,
Mm-hmm.
having a mortgage is cheaper than that.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's what a lot of people are afraid of. And people say, well, I'm not ready. You're ready.
You're ready.
And
That's right.
like now, I can tell everyone my mortgage is 956.
Mm. Shut up, girl.
Yeah, so it's
956.
a blessing. Yeah.
Let's see.
And I
That's
live in the
awesome.
historical Anacostia area.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to send a message out to anyone that's, a lot of people are afraid of ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's
And
right.
that's where it starts from. And no one should be afraid to own anything.
That's right. That's right.
But we need a programs in place to work with the realtors.
That's right. That's very true.
And see, and that's where the problem come in at.
Mm.
The program is want to. They don't know the steps.
Yes.
And then sometimes it's a long progress. And when it's a long progress, a long process, meaning the contract that you have to put in with the developers. So
Mm-hmm.
you need developers to work with the program. Because if you're out of contract 30 to 60 days as you're waiting on programming or
Mm-hmm.
program grant the money to assist
That's
you with
right.
the first time home ownership program,
Mm-hmm.
it does take time.
That's right. That's right.
And then you have someone else who may have that check, the 326 $326,000 right there waiting for them.
That's right.
Yeah, but a person like me who need the program to help me out.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times constituents lose out because of that.
Yes, that's true. That's true. And sometimes I've found, Robin, that sometimes sellers are reluctant to accept. In your case, you had a developer, but sometimes it may be a private seller that may be reluctant to take on a buyer that's working with the program because, like you said, their agent may not be able to adequately describe that program to them, and also it may be the time frame if the program doesn't have a good track record of actually taking that buyer from that contract to actually closing in a reasonable amount of time. It will make that person, that seller or that developer, a little cautious, a little hesitant about being able to move forward. Yeah. So the very people that that buyer needs to partner with to move forward is now afraid. They have their own fears of, I got this person, they're in this program, is it ever gonna close? We need to sell our house, and
are they gonna give me my money?
Exactly. And so those are concerns as well. What types of challenges did you face as you were going through for your transaction? Did you have challenges there?
Oh yes. One of the challenges was went to one developer open house where when I mentioned different programs that would be assisting me as far as the lender and as far as the mortgage. And when I mentioned the programs, they was like, they was kind of hesitant. They paused, but they was very cautious of what they said out their mouth. But I really understood where they was coming from as far as like timing wise. They were like, well, do you already have this in your hand? Did you already get approved for HVAC? Did you already get approved for DHCD? So then the question they try to ask, they said, do you already have a lender? So that was a couple of challenges I was faced with. The first go around when I was ready to buy, it was the timing of the program as far as sending the money or the application process. And it's not that it don't happen, it's just a time frame. These are timely programs that, they have to, when you're getting federal grant or money or assistance, they have to be very cautious to make sure that they're giving that money to the right people.
That's true. That's true. They want to make sure, and they're also checking out the seller, because a lot of the programs, and you all may not know, are focused on neighborhood stabilization. They want to create strong neighborhoods. They don't want to have had that person go through that entire process and then get in the home and then somehow lose the home within that first year. So they want to make sure that everything is solid so that they're actually promoting good home ownership and good community.
Right.
This is good. Lisa, Robin, I just want to say, because she just touched on two things that are really important about going into 2018. One of the main things that she said in the very beginning is that she said, I got my children into this situation, taking full responsibility.
Yes.
So many people will say, oh, this person did it. It's the government's fault. It's this person. She took full responsibility. And going into 2018, that is a principle that you must take. Take full responsibility for your actions. Take full responsibility, even if it means something is painful. I have a daughter, and I can imagine her pain of saying, I got my children into a homeless situation. And then what she said was, I got to get them out. That is powerful.
Yes.
So many people, I love Michael Jackson's song, I'm starting with the man or the woman in the mirror.
Yes.
And so I love that she took responsibility. And her second principle was patience, that she got into the program. It takes time. They want to promote good home ownership. And so she was saying that it was a process, and so many people want that instantaneous gratification. But if you can go from a $2,600 rent to a $900 mortgage, it was worth the work. It was worth the wait. So many people don't realize that it wasn't worth the wait, but the Bible says, let patience have its perfect work. And so she was patient. She's in a home, and she's paying almost a third of what she was paying in rent. That's
Yes.
powerful. And those are principles that you should take with you. And
Yes.
home ownership should be on your list. I don't care if you don't have a penny in your
That's
pocket,
right.
bad credit. That if money were no option, what would you put on your dream board? What would you put on your dream list?
right.
And if you're not a homeowner, home ownership should be one of them.
That's
Yes.
I couldn't have said it better. That's beautiful. But that's exactly right because just taking responsibility for where you are. And it is, there's a phrase that freedom isn't free. And we think about that in terms in the military. And for all of you that have served, we do thank you for your service. But when you think about freedom, you gotta want it.
Yes.
Because freedom requires responsibility. You don't have time to blame someone because
No.
you have to if you got to be free and you got to stay free.
Yes.
And that freedom starts up here in your head.
Yeah.
And in her thought process. Now, did you have advocates that helped you in your process?
I had a team that was like, Robin, no more renting. Why make someone else rent or invest in their process? You can invest in your own.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I had been destructive for so many years, so it's time to be constructive.
Mhm.
So with that being said, my team as far as Ruby May,
Mhm.
Drew Battle,
Mhm.
Jackie Ward,
Yes.
um, Angelica, the Latino Housing Development,
Okay.
different people like that.
Okay.
One of the words the Ruby would always say to me when I first met her, it was, "Help me, help you."
Mhm. Mhm.
And that's something that I stayed on. And I always try to remember to the first impression is the life.
Yes.
And the words of my son Joe always say, he said, "Mom," he said, "never cut the wings off your angels, because you never know if you may need them fly your way again."
I like that. I think that'll preach.
Of everything that I was going through, the trials and tribulations, my life, I kept my faith, and I kept those close to me. They can
That's right.
always keep the wings. So
That's
that's what I
right.
did. And with that being said, I was helping myself.
That's right.
They seen a single parent of 7, raising 7 kids, and a grandchild.
That's right.
Not dependent on anyone, not blaming anyone.
That's right.
And that's where the help came from. And they had no problem with helping me and walking me through the steps.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think Jackie is calling in right now, so hold on for me for a moment. I'm gonna put you on hold, and I'm gonna try to pick her up. Give me just a second, okay?
Okay.
Good afternoon. It's Real Estate Talk with Lisa. Is this Jackie?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Jackie. I'm gonna see if I can put you and I'm gonna try to put you and Robin on the same line. Let me see if I can do that. I'm not skilled. Let me see. Robin? Oh,
Yes.
I think I lost Jackie. Jackie, if you can hear me, call me back. Jackie just called in, and I want her to give me a call back. So when she calls back, I was trying to conference you guys in together. So hopefully she'll call me right back. But I reached out to Jackie. Jackie is one of the people that she mentioned. Jackie was her realtor, correct?
Yes.
And when I called Jackie, because I was trying to get her number, and I called her this morning, and even though she didn't have it planned, when it was about Robin, she was like, "Oh, I'll call in." Here she is now. Hold on for me one moment, Robin.
Okay.
Jackie, I'm sorry about that. Obviously, I've left my receptionist skills behind.
I do that too sometimes, so don't worry.
Oh, girl, I tell you, you're here with myself and Linda Tyler, who
Hey,
has,
Jackie.
and she has been.
Tyler, good afternoon. How
Good
are you?
afternoon. I am.
And thank you for having me as a guest.
Oh yes, definitely.
Good afternoon to Robin as well. I haven't talked to her today, but I will talk to her again this soon. And she does have the keys, the beautiful keys to the city.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. And she's on the other line. I have her on hold right now because I couldn't put you guys together. But she was just talking about her journey. And I was asking her who were her advocates to get her over the hump and into home ownership. And she named you as one of them. And, I know I was just saying before when I lost you that you were so agreeable to contribute to the conversation today, even though we hadn't talked about it previously. So, what was it like working with Robin?
Robin was a joy to work with, and she understood the importance of home ownership. And she had a vision for her and for herself and for her family. And at my real estate group, or that we have that I work with, Trammell Real Estate Group, we know it is very important that you have a vision for yourself and your family.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the first thing we start with. That
Mm-hmm.
is number one, and that's the most important criteria. Because if you don't have that vision, when times get hard, and believe me, there are some hard times that
Yes.
you go through on this journey, that vision is what keeps you going.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That is what that's really been the theme of today's show, is about the vision, is about keeping it before you, because the word of God says, without a vision the people perish. And that's a principle. You may say, well, that's just some religious something, but look at the successful people.
That's
they're
right.
all they're all talking about casting a vision, having a plan, visualizing, having a vision board. All of that
The Bible
functions.
says, write the vision and make it plain.
Make it plain, so that they that read it can run with it. So it sounds like Robin had her vision of home ownership, and she had a plan of, I'm going to get my children from this one situation to an improved situation. And because she had a vision and had it down, and she was able to share with other people,
Yeah,
they were able to run with it and say, hey, just like Robin said, hey, we see you working towards your vision. We see you got it all lined out. We want to help you.
Yeah,
We want to help you.
that's good.
So that is awesome. Now, you guys have mentioned, I saw something, I think either on your page or Robin's, about Keys for the City. Is that an organization that you guys have, or a movement that you
no,
have?
Peace for the City is to help. I have three other women scheduled to go through, probably at some other developments that around the city, to go through the process that Robin went through.
Okay.
And it's very important because, for example, as of starting January 1st, December 31st, these young ladies have been identified, and they will get a call from me. I
Excellent.
mean, an
Wonderful.
email from me. And I
Excellent.
said, okay, this is January 1st.
Okay.
Here's what we are going to do. We are
Mm-hmm.
going to, as both of you are fellow real estate agents, we are going to start from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to pull your credit report. We are
Mm-hmm.
going to take an honest look at your credit report.
Mm-hmm.
As an individual, you are entitled to one free credit report from Experience, Equifax, and TransUnion.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to look and see if there are any things in there we need to take care of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, one of the things that I do is, it comes from my broker, Tracy Booker. We have this crazy, 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 crazy thing about 5 minute gift, about don't spend any money if you don't need to.
Yes.
We
Yes.
tell you are going on a diet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a food diet.
Mm-hmm.
It's a house diet.
Okay.
I mean, if I see that 2018 Toyota parked down and JoJo have it, now you're gonna say, "Well, JoJo, that's nice. You got the 2018 Toyota Corolla. However, I'm going for a 2018 house looking with a view,
That's it.
overlooking the city on
That's
top
right.
of the hill."
Yes. Yes.
See? So, JoJo, nice that you got the house.
Mm-hmm.
We put ourselves on a diet, and the diet is called the housing diet.
That's right. That's right.
And both of you all are agents. You know that diet very well.
That's right.
There are things that are on there. I work with a bank, as you know, with several banks, and I work with someone who can help you look at those nicks and knacks, see if there's a way we can pay them up and bring you up your credit score.
That's right.
Now, I would like to say one thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Robin worked on her credit score,
Okay.
regardless of me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you go to another in the organization that I use, is Mana.
Mm-hmm.
Mana also works with the works with everybody on credit issues, about home repair, that sort of stuff. Now, for the first time this year, I I have individuals who buy existing houses that have some work and need some work. So we will be doing a home repair component. Like I
Okay.
get women to do basic home repair.
Ah,
To
that's
become an
useful. That's
electrician
very good.
overnight, but if I need to change a light bulb or I need to go change a
You don't know how
washer
you got a
or I
problem.
need
Yes.
to change the thing in the toilet,
Yes.
I'm paying somebody $25, $30.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to do is, and Uncle JJ and Uncle JoJo telling you you're going to come do it and then look at you and tell you $50.
That's right.
Tell Uncle JJ and Uncle JoJo, hell no. No.
That's right. So I got it covered.
I got it covered.
Mm-hmm.
So I am working on identifying a program where women can go and they can get the
Google.
basic skills.
Mm-hmm.
Google.
But
That'll
when
help
I
you too.
tell you
That's right. That's right.
this is a process. This
It is.
not something, as both of you ladies know, that can happen overnight.
Right. Mm-hmm.
There
That's
are
right.
things
Patience.
that are going to happen on
That
your
time.
journey. But
Yes.
you have to believe in yourself and keep faith with your journey.
That's it. That's it. Oh, I tell you, I thank you so much for those words of wisdom, Jackie, because that just reinforces the message that we're trying to get out to you guys. And I'm telling you, this is my show. I haven't arrived either. I'm growing. I'm growing with the guests that I have on, with the people that I've been meeting in the show. So I am also journeying toward my
And
particular
I
dreams.
want to tell you about another young lady because Robin is not the only miracle.
Okay.
We have another young lady by the name of Danielle.
Okay.
Danielle came over a year and a half ago.
Mhm.
She selected a foreclosed home of that was at 156,000.
Okay.
Now, like Robin, she had a home of. She moved from Ward 8 to Ward 7.
Mhm.
Unlike Robin, she is still east of the river.
Yes.
Now, the home was a single family home. It was a 3-bedroom single family home.
Mhm.
But in the back of that home, there was an add-on.
Ah. Okay.
With the help of HPAC gave a renovation loan.
Mhm.
So before Danielle moved into this very rough house, she had the help with the McDuffie group and everybody came together and made it so that this house was went from, let me see, a little bit worn, worse
Mhm.
for wear, at
Yes.
156,000
Mhm.
to a house that had brand new appliances in it,
Yes.
windows.
Uh-huh.
She got a big master bedroom,
Okay. Okay.
a brand new HVAC, brand new everything.
And she had a renovation loan.
Right.
Mhm. Okay.
It was a renovation grant.
Mhm.
And this was something that HPAC did.
Okay.
So you don't have to have the big brand new house. But I will say this. Her equity in her home, when she signed on that dotted line, her house is now worth in that part of Ward 7. Because as you know, Deanwood has
Yes.
the price point has gone up.
Yes.
She has gone from 156,000 to holding an equity of another additional 150, 175,000.
Wonderful.
That is awesome. That is
So
awesome.
you see, these
Mhm.
are things that can that most people can get. This is doable.
Yes. Yes.
You know, this is not something that's rocket science. This is doable.
Mhm.
And I tell all young women, all young men that if they want this, this can be theirs.
That's right. That's
Awesome.
right. You had a comment?
Oh no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
This is just good stuff, and
It is.
people need to realize that home ownership is possible. That
That's
needs to
right.
be someone's motto, because
That's
so many people think that, oh, I've got bad credit, or I've been through some stuff, or student loans, or all of
yes.
those things that are getting in the way,
That's right.
and realize that, you know what, and I love what she said, it is possible.
It's
and
possible.
and that needs to be somebody's motto as a real estate agent.
That's right. And the
you
other
know that
thing,
home ownership is possible
That's
for
right.
you, and you know, because it's the majority that don't own a home,
That's right.
that need to know. You
That's
tap
right.
into that market, and you will help a lot of people.
And you know, and that's the goal. And the other thing though that Jackie said that's important, I think, is that she said, you know, I want you all to know that Robin is not the only miracle.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing was, you know, we picked Robin because her story is something that is relatable, you know, it
There's
can
many
resonate.
people
But
out
then
there,
the
yeah.
story about Danielle is also relatable. So, you know, just the last show that we did, we were talking about buying HUD homes and getting them at a discount and then fixing them up, and how that may be the path for someone else. So your path doesn't have to mirror. Both of these young ladies are homeowners, but their paths were slightly different. Their property types were different, but what wasn't different was the vision.
Yeah.
The vision was that I want to be a homeowner. I know I have challenges. I know how I have obstacles. You know, sometimes I would tell myself, you know, I'm not consistent, but it's not that I'm not consistent. It's what I'm consistent in.
Yeah.
See, everybody's consistent. Everybody's got good habits.
Impossible.
Mm-hmm.
It says
Take
I'm
the
possible.
I am off, and you say possible.
That's right. That's
Or
right.
it says I'm
All
possible.
things are
I'm possible.
through God.
That's it, girl. That's it. That's it. Well, Jackie, I thank you so much for calling in and for your contribution to your show. And I will be contacting you because we do want to have a show where we highlight what HPAP is doing, what MANA is doing, and what your group is doing in the marketplace. So we will speak after the show and look to have a new show for our viewers because like I said, that's the goal of the show, is to bring this thing home to you week after week after week. You're tired of looking at me like, I'm tired of looking at Lisa in this show about real estate. I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna buy a house. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
the goal of doing this, and to continue exposure to something new will make it something that you can desire, because we just got to keep putting it before ourselves and before you to get you to move forward. So Jackie, thank you again, and we will be talking to you soon.
Thank you.
All right now.
Bye, Jackie.
Bye bye, dear.
So
she was fabulous. I
Yes.
love that. And what I love also about you, and this just says a lot about you, that you're a real estate agent.
Yes, ma'am.
But you're having another real estate agent on, and it lets you know that to light someone else's fire doesn't take anything away from you. It actually
Yes.
allows you to burn brighter.
Yes.
And so many people will say, "Oh, that's a real estate agent. She's not stepping on my toes or my territory or
Right,
this, that, and
right.
the other." There's enough to go around. People say,
Yes.
"I want a slice of the pie."
Yes.
There's enough for you to have your own whole pie.
pie.
You don't need to have a piece. She can have her pie. I can have my pie. Jackie can have her pie. I mean, everybody.
That's right.
It's possible for us all to work together and to succeed and go to the top together as well.
And that's my motto, because when more people know about home ownership and the possibility, and we do something here that can expand their vision, that's what work for all of us.
Yeah.
That gives that, and letting you understand what an agent is, what an agent does, what are the steps to home ownership, what are the programs. I had a lovely lady. I want to give a shout out to Yvette. So when she sees it, she knows who she is. But she brought me into the show today.
Yeah.
And we were talking about home ownership because she didn't know about the show. And I was telling her about the show, and she was like, yeah, I've been thinking about it, but, I was thinking, my credit score may not be this, or this may not be that, or I don't really know about the programs. And I said, watch the show. And I said, and continue to watch the show. And I mentioned this on another show that the National Association of Realtors actually did a study where they were finding out that the couple of the main hindrances to home ownership were missed. Okay, it was my credit score is not high enough. You don't need an 800. You don't even need a 755 or a 750 to be a homeowner.
Right.
Okay, there are programs for every level that you are at. Okay, and the thing is, you don't know about them. But as you set your mind, you set your vision, then that will propel you to start looking. And then people will start coming to you saying, hey, I know you're looking. I found this. I saw that. So even when you don't know, the information is there. But we try to be a central place, here, for you to get that information. And, I was telling her, I said, you actually have some tools in your toolbox already that you can use, and you can just step out there, because at some point, you may want to stop seeing no problem. You may want to stop seeing the landlord. You may want to, maybe you want to change something up. Maybe you're tired of people next door or people upstairs, and you just want to have that piece of solitude that's yours. This is where you start.
And this is so good, Lisa, because one of the things that most people think is, like you said, you need to find out where you are. There's nothing worse than you being in the dark, walking around. Have you ever been in the dark and your hands are out and you're trying to feel your way? Mm-hmm. You would be surprised. Just go and say, look, I'm looking to purchase a home. I know my credit's not that good, but I just want to see, where am I? They may say... You'd be surprised, because there's a lot of people giving loans, even like you said, you may have a 600 credit score or a 650 or a 700, and that credit score, they may say, oh, I've got a loan, I've got a program for you.
That's
Another myth is that, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, is that you got to have money to put down. Most of the time when you're a first-time home buyer, you don't even need any money to put down.
That's right. There are a lot of down payment programs that are out there.
They'll pay for it for you.
That's right.
So you don't have to worry about that. So I think that this year, one of your goals should be to call up Lisa and say, look, I am interested in owning a home. I don't know where I am. Tell me what I need to do, so that you can now have some goals through 2018. If you're not a real estate agent, you're not going to know what your goals need to be. You need to call Lisa. She's going to give you a free consultation. She's going to sit down with you and set a roadmap, give you a vision for your future of 2018. And who knows, by the end of the year, maybe even in the middle of the year, you can be a homeowner. That's exciting. And that's part of it. And you know what? Home ownership, it starts right here.
Yes.
In your mindset.
In your mind.
Saying, yes, I can. Just like, what was her name on the
Robin?
phone? Robin.
Yes.
Not Robin, the other one.
Jackie, the agent?
Jackie, the agent.
Yes.
She was saying about the word impossible.
Yes.
No, that word says I'm possible. That means you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. You are possible. So don't think I can't do it. Yes, you can. It may require you going through a program like Jackie has, and it may take some time. It could take a year, but won't it be worth it in the end, that you go from paying? And I know if you're out there renting, you're paying about $2,000 to $2,400 a month when you can be paying a third of that, maybe even a quarter of that if you're a homeowner.
That's right. And I mean, you really summed it up, because that's the thing. We can all move. I know I shared on one of the shows, it was just me, but I had shared the fact that, I have been homeless. And I remember when I was in the homeless spot, I had camped out, I had put up a tent, I had furnished my tent, because even as adventurous as I might be in the workplace and going and trying new things, I was kind of like, yeah, they probably still say no, and yeah, but you know what? One day I was like, you know what? I need to go do this.
Hmm.
It's kind of like what Robin said. Okay, I'm in his situation with my daughter. I
Yeah.
need to make a move, and then as I began to make a move, opportunities began to come
Yeah.
for me, and I was able to transition out of that. And, it wasn't even painful. I haven't had to look back. It was not painful to move. The pain was in staying where I was. But I was operating in an area of both fear and ignorance.
Yeah.
Because when you get dealt those life blows, it's hard to recuperate. Sometimes you just, you may have your scriptures, your affirmations, whatever it is that you use to get you through, but sometimes they may feel a little dry to you, and you may
Hmm.
feel like, yeah, I'm saying this, but I still,
Yeah.
man, it's still the same. But you have to press through that point.
One of the things that my pastor and I go to Spirit of Faith Christian Center. I know that
Mm,
it was Robin. She said she goes to Blue High School. We've given them
mm,
a lot of money from our church to help their
see,
kids travel around the world. They were
awesome.
going like to Florida for a tournament. We gave them like $5,000, and so we've done a lot for Blue High School because we have one of our locations is in Temple Hills, Maryland. But one of
Mm-hmm.
the things they say is focus on the promise and not the process. You've
Yes,
got to know the promise of where you're going. You've got to know God's promises. You got to know that there are principles to
that's
success,
right.
just like
That's
gravity.
right.
And so when you
Yes,
focus on that promise, the process will be fulfilled. But if you're
yes,
focusing on the process, like you said, overcoming it. I love what you said. I had a tent. I furnished my tent. I decorated my tent. See, there's nothing wrong with being broke and not having money and
that's
overcoming
right.
that, but you cannot have a broken mindset.
That's
You know,
right.
so many people are homeless, but guess what? They're also homeless up here, and that makes it
Yes,
even worse. That their
yes,
mind is empty. You got to keep on fulfilling and filling up your soul. One
that's
of the things
right.
my pastor, Dr.
Yes,
Mike Freeman, says, he says, if you don't like the way you're living or where you are, go check out your soul. Because the
yes.
Bible says that I wish above all else that you prosper
And
and be
be
in
in good
health,
health. Yes.
even as your soul
Oh, thank you.
prospers. So if your soul is prospering, it's only a matter of time until
That's
your
right.
life gets up here with your
Yes.
soul. But if your
Yes.
soul is down here, your life is going to be down here,
That's
and you
right.
don't need that. Your soul needs to be strong and filled, and if you got to decorate your tent, or if you've got to decorate your soul, you need to do that. And when you do that,
Mm-hmm.
it's only a matter of time till your life catches up with you.
That's
But if
right.
your soul's down here, your life is going to be down here. Your soul's up here,
That's right.
because even it says even as your soul
That's
prospers.
right.
That's one of the reasons that I started the nightly dose, so that, because I was like this, oh my gosh, if my soul is prospering,
Yes.
your life, your finances, your
That's
marriage,
right.
your children, your job, your business, it will all prosper. But it all starts in your thinking. It starts with your soul.
It
Even
does.
owning a home, it
It
starts
does.
with your soul. You got to
That's
think,
right.
I'm going to do it, and then give Lisa a call, and she'll
That's
help you
right.
every step of the way.
I tell you, I will. And you have to give yourself permission. I've learned going into this latter part of 2017
Yeah.
to give myself permission in different areas where you hold yourself back or you limit yourself, because no one can really limit who you are. No one can limit what you can do. You say, well, I got a 9 to 5. I got you see my paycheck. Yeah, that's a dollar value that's assigned to the job that you have.
Yeah.
But you're more than the sum of just the paycheck that you bring home. And so as you begin to think about the things that are limiting you this year, the things that you wanted to do, maybe you didn't. Not all of them, if you think about it, were monetary. Some of them were, personal things, and they're personal to you. Make it a point to say you're going to do those
Yeah.
things. Free yourself from whatever. Because what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
It doesn't work. Okay.
And then you
Well,
try something new.
try something
Try
new. Try
something
something
new.
different.
Yep.
Now, I want Linda. I'm going to give you my number. And I answer my daughter. I answer my cell so much. My daughter says, "Mom, really? Can you put it on silent?" But you can reach me. I do return my phone calls. I'm not at that level where Mrs. Jones will take my call and have me call you. So you can reach me directly at 301 542-5168. That's 301-542-5168. And my email is Lisa Jeffery, that's Jeffery, 38 at gmail.com. And then when you respond, you comment on the post or on the Facebook page for the show, I will respond to you. But I want Linda to tell you I'm telling you, she has her hands in everything. But that's a good thing. You know, the Bible talks about having, multiple streams of income, multiple streams of activity, because you're not just a one-dimensional person.
Right.
And so she brings us excitement and fire. I know you have a Star School Jump Start in January the 6th. You want to tell them about that? And is that something you want to talk to them about?
Sure. It's actually in Annandale, Virginia,
Okay.
and we'll be talking about success, health, and wellness, which is one of my passions.
Yes.
I mean, we reverse diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, all of those things with just proper nutrition. So we'll be doing that in Annandale, Virginia. You can look me up on Facebook, Linda Tyler. There's an ad there, or you can go to starschool.com and register. But just incredible information to help you be all that you were called to be, because you know what is your wealth without your health, and what is your health without your wealth? You could be healthy, and who wants to be broke? But you could be wealthy.
So
you know what I think about Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, the billionaire, who was 56 years old, and he is dead. Do you think that he wouldn't give every penny to be back here? He'd be look, even if I was broke, I could get it all back. But to be back and have my health. So we want you to be healthy, and your body can be healthy. That's the way God made us. When our bodies have the right vitamins, minerals, and nutrition, it has the power to heal itself of anything. So look me up on Facebook, or you could give me a call, and you want to know more information, 443-864-9637. That's 443-864-9637. Lisa, thank you for having me on the show.
Girl, my pleasure.
So excited. Call her. You can own a home today. She will empower you
just
to
closed
win
on
and
one
prosper.
the day after Christmas, and my client is extremely happy. He was thinking he might want to wait till next year, and he saw something that he liked, and he said, well, I'm just going to go for it. If it's still in the market, I'm going to go for it. Awesome. And he did, and we were able to make that happen.
Awesome.
When you reach out to Linda, she'll let you know about the book club, because we know that readers are leaders.
Yes.
I do want to say a shout out to my team. I want to thank Reba Burris Barnes, once again, a great publicist, just great at getting the word out and making sure that we always look good and get the information out. I want to thank her for all of her work. Her number is 301-420-0000. So if you're interested in the show, you can also reach out to Reba. If you have an idea, if you want to be a guest, you can reach out to her. I want to thank Nicole King, who is our staff photographer, for all of her help. Like I said, we have an exciting new year. I think we've shared with you some vital, dynamic information and principles to get you ready. And I'm telling you, the Lisa you see here is going to be a different Lisa in 2018, because I'm taking these things to heart too, for what I want to see happen in real estate. So we're looking forward to seeing you in 2018. We wish all of you a happy new year.
Happy New Year.
Yay. And I will see you at the show.
That was fabulous, girl.